In this video, we're going to show you the perfect gastronomic itinerary through France. One of the questions we get asked most is how to combine the wine world of Bordeaux with the rustic Dordogne countryside and the beaches of Basque country. To do this trip comfortably, we recommend at least 10 days. That's why we've prepared a super complete 10-day itinerary with the best of Bordeaux, the Dordogne, and Biarritz. If you have less time, you can cut 1 or 2 days from each region, but it will be very rushed. So let's get started. When is the best time to visit this region? This itinerary is ideal for the shoulder seasons. In our opinion, the best times are spring, especially in May and June, and fall in September and October. The weather is perfect. The markets are full of fresh produce, and in September you can even catch the grape harvest in Bordeaux. Avoid winter from November to March, as the Dordogne and Biarritz become very empty. Many restaurants close, and the weather is cold and rainy. Summer, in July and August, is the high season. Biarritz and Sarlat get unbearably crowded and very expensive. So, how will our 10-day itinerary work? The idea is to split the trip into 3 bases. We'll stay the first 3 nights in Bordeaux. Then, we'll pick up our rental car and go to the Dordogne, where we'll stay 4 nights in Sarlat, and we'll finish the trip with 3 nights in Biarritz, on the coast. Now, let's talk about transportation between cities. The best logistic is to arrive in Europe at a Paris airport. From there, go to Gare Montparnasse station and take the TGV high-speed train direct to Bordeaux. The journey takes only 2 hours and is very comfortable. The ticket starts at €35 if bought in advance. When you arrive in Bordeaux, spend your days there without a car. The city is done on foot and with the electric tram. After enjoying Bordeaux, then you will rent a car. Rent the car at the Bordeaux train station on the day you leave. From Bordeaux, you will drive to the Dordogne, to your base in Sarlat. The drive takes about 2 to 2.5 hours. You need a car in the Dordogne. It's impossible to visit the castles and caves by public transport. After your days in the Dordogne, you will drive from Sarlat to Biarritz. The drive is longer, taking about 3 to 4 hours. At the end of your trip, the best tip is to return the car in Biarritz or Bordeaux and take a flight back to Paris or a train back to Paris to catch your international flight. For those renting, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. It's always much cheaper. We'll leave the link to the comparator we use in the description. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. You'll be close to all these tourist spots. This itinerary has 3 base cities. In Bordeaux, lodging is easier. We recommend staying in the historic center near Place de la Bourse or in the Chartrons neighborhood. You can do everything on foot or by tram. In the Dordogne, the best base by far is Sarlat-la-Canéda. It's the most beautiful and central town. The tip is, if you have a car, look for a hotel or a gîte with parking outside the medieval center. Staying inside the center is beautiful, but driving and parking there is impossible. In Biarritz, the ideal is to stay near the Grand Plage or the Port Vieux, the Old Port. This way, you can walk to the beaches and tapas restaurants at night. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region in each of these cities. If you stay in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code on the screen, and in the video description we created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location. At the lowest prices, we'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer in the same location but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The earlier you book your hotel, the less you will pay. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper: Travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all attractions, good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, cheap car rentals, and the global account to carry money paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save and use this page that will make your trip much easier. Now, let's get to the day-by-day plan. Starting in Bordeaux. Day 1. Arrival in Bordeaux and Cité du Vin. Arrive in Bordeaux by high-speed train from Paris. The journey takes 2 hours. Go to your hotel in the center, check in, and get settled. Spend the afternoon at La Cité du Vin, the city of wine. To get there, take the electric tram, Line B. It's a super modern and interactive museum about the history of wine in the world. It's an incredible experience even for those who don't know much about wine. The ticket costs about €22 and includes a glass of wine on the terrace, with a view of the city set aside at least 3 hours for it. For dinner, explore the Chartrons neighborhood, where the museum is. It's an old district that has been revitalized, full of antique shops and modern bistros. Day 2. Bordeaux. Market and Historic Center. Today is for local gastronomy. Start the morning at Marché des Capucins, the municipal market of Bordeaux. It's an authentic market, full of locals. The golden tip is to go straight to the oyster bars. Order a dozen fresh oysters from Arcachon and a glass of local white wine. It costs less than 15 euros and is an incredible experience. After lunch, walk through the historic center, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, explore the Place de la Bourse and the Miroir d'eau, the famous water mirror. It's a beautiful square covered by a thin layer of water, creating a perfect reflection. Climb the Pays Berlin Tower, the cathedral's bell tower. The climb is long, but the view of the historic center is beautiful. The ticket costs 6 euros. For dinner, a classic Bordeaux experience is Le Relais de l'Entrecôte, which serves the famous steak with secret sauce and unlimited fries for about 30 euros. Day 3. Day trip to Saint-Emilion. Today, we'll visit the most famous wine region. You can book a one-day tour, which we recommend, or rent a car just for this day. Drive about 40 minutes to Saint-Emilion. It's a medieval stone village, surrounded by vineyards on all sides. It's one of the most beautiful places in France. Spend the morning walking the steep cobblestone streets and visit the monolithic church, which was carved out of a single rock. The tour is guided and costs about 15 euros. For lunch, eat at one of the restaurants on the main square. In the afternoon, visit a chateau, which is what they call the wineries. We recommend visiting Chateau Villemorine or Chateau Guadet. You need to book the visit in advance. The guided tour with tasting starts at 25 euros per person. It's a lesson on the famous Bordeaux wines. Return to Bordeaux at the end of the day. Day 4. Travel to the Dordogne and Sarlat. Today, we change bases. In the morning, go to the Bordeaux train station to pick up the car you rented in advance. Start driving inland towards the Dordogne. The drive to our next base, Sarlat, takes about 2 to 2.5 hours. On the way, make a strategic stop in Bergerac, a charming town famous for Cyrano. Arrive in Sarlat-la-Canéda in the mid-afternoon. Check into your hotel. Our tip is to stay in a hotel with parking just outside the medieval center to avoid headaches with the car. Spend the rest of the afternoon exploring Sarlat on foot. It's the best preserved medieval town in France, with stone streets and honey-colored buildings. It's a movie set. For dinner, Sarlat has dozens of restaurants. We recommend La Coulevrine, which is in a medieval tower and serves classic regional dishes, like confit de canard. A full meal costs about 40 euros. Day 5. Dordogne, Lascaux Cave and Villages. Today is for prehistory and villages. Take the car and drive 30 minutes to Montignac, where the Lascaux Fort Cave is located. The original cave with the paintings is closed, but this is a perfect replica and an incredible technological experience. The guided tour shows you the paintings from 18,000 years ago. It's moving. The ticket costs 22 euros. For lunch, eat in the village of Montignac. In the afternoon, drive to La Roque-Gajac. It's a spectacular village, squeezed between a giant cliff and the Dordogne River. From there, take a gabar boat trip. These are the traditional flat-bottomed boats. The tour on the Dordogne River lasts an hour, costs about 12 euros, and gives you a beautiful view of the castles hanging from the cliffs. Return to Sarlat for dinner. Day 6. Dordogne, Castles and Gardens. Today is for the 100 Years' War castles. Start by driving to Château de Castelnau. It's a medieval castle on a clifftop with a museum of war weapons, catapults, and armor. The ticket costs about 15 euros. It's great for kids. On the other side of the river is its historic rival, Château de Baynac. You can visit both, or just admire Baynac from below. For lunch, eat in the village of Baynac. In the afternoon, visit the gardens of Marquissac. It's a spectacular hanging garden, famous for its boxwood shrubs trimmed in round shapes. The walk along the cliff offers the most beautiful views of the entire Dordogne Valley. The ticket costs 12 euros. At night, have your last dinner in Sarlat. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site, where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Tickets for the Cité du Vin in Bordeaux, for the Lascaux Cave, for the castles, and for the boat trips, all at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. Day 7. Travel to Biarritz and the Basque Coast. Today is for a road trip and a change of scenery. Check out of Sarlat and get ready for a longer drive. The drive from the Dordogne to Biarritz, in French Basque Country, takes 3 to 4 hours. Arrive in Biarritz, check into your hotel. We recommend staying near the Grande Plage or Port Vieux. Spend the afternoon exploring the city. Feel the change of air from the rustic countryside to the Atlantic Ocean. Walk along the Grande Plage, the main beach. With its Art Deco casino and striped beach tents, watch the surfers. Continue walking south to the Rocher de la Vierge, the Rock of the Virgin. It's a rock formation in the sea, connected to the mainland by an iron bridge. The view of the coast is beautiful. For dinner, let's dive into Basque culture. The night here is about pinchos, the local tapas. Go to the Port Vieux area, the old port, and pop into bars like Crampot 30, order a glass of wine and try the small portions. Day 8. Biarritz, Market, and Saint-Jean-de-Luz. Start the day at Halle de Biarritz, the municipal market. It's a vibrant market, with one part for fish and another for meats, cheeses, and pinso bars. It's the best place for an early lunch. Go from bar to bar trying the specialties. In the afternoon, take the car and do a short day trip to Saint-Jean-de-Luz. It's a neighboring town, a 30-minute drive, which is a super charming Basque fishing village. It has a beautiful protected bay beach, typical houses with red and green wood, and great shops for local products, like espadrilles. Be sure to try the gâteau basque, the Basque cake. Maison Adam is the most famous and traditional pastry shop. Return to Biarritz and have dinner in the market area, which is also full of tapas bars at night. Day 9. Day trip to Spain, San Sebastian. Today, we're going to another country. One of the biggest advantages of Biarritz is that it's less than an hour's drive from San Sebastian, in Spain, which is considered by many to be the best gastronomic city in the world. Drive for about 50 minutes and cross the border. Spend the day in San Sebastian. Walk along the famous La Concha beach. For lunch, do a chiquiteo, which is the tour of pinso bars in the Old Town. Each bar has its specialty. Go to La Cuchara de San Telmo to try the grilled foie gras, or to Bar Nestor for the potato tortilla. It's an unforgettable gastronomic experience. Return to Biarritz in the late afternoon. Day 10. Departure. On your last day, enjoy the morning with a coffee on the beach at Port View. Depending on your flight time, you can drive to the Biarritz airport or drive back to Bordeaux, which is a 2-hour drive, to return your rental car and catch your flight home. Now let's talk about transportation, reinforcing it. This itinerary requires a car from the middle to the end. From Paris to Bordeaux, use the TGV train. In Bordeaux, walk and use the tram. Rent the car when leaving Bordeaux. You will need it 100% of the time in the Dordogne. And to get to Biarritz. In Biarritz, you'll use it for day trips. Use the price comparator in the link in the description to rent. About travel insurance. Essential and mandatory to enter Europe. You need coverage of 30,000 euros. Use the comparator in the link in the description to save money. Quick shopping tips. Wines from Bordeaux, especially in Saint-Emilion. Foie gras and truffles at the Sarlat market. Espadrilles and gâteau basque in Saint-Jean-de-Luz. And remember, tax-free. Ask for the form on purchases over 100 euros. Validate it at your last departure airport. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Subscribe and like the video for more tips. And how much does it cost to eat in France? Bordeaux is expensive. Dordogne and Biarritz have better prices. A Big Mac combo costs 12 euros. Ask for a carafe d'eau for free water. In Bordeaux, oysters at the market are cheap, less than 15 euros. In Sarlat, a confit de canard dinner costs about 30 euros. In Biarritz, you can eat very well on pinchos for about 20 euros. And what to do at night? In Bordeaux, the night is lively, with many wine bars. In the Dordogne, the night is very quiet. The plan is a long dinner in Sarlat. In Biarritz, the night is all about tapas, with bars open late near Port View. And if you're traveling with children, this itinerary is very adult-focused. Kids might get bored at wineries, but the Dordogne is great for them. They'll love the medieval castles like Château de Castelnau and the Lascaux Cave. Biarritz is also nice because of the beach. And to combine your trip, as we said, from Biarritz you are on the border with Spain. Combining with San Sebastian is the best bet. If you liked this detailed France itinerary, like the video and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions in the comments. Thank you very much and have a great trip.